The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor. The Mid-Sodor Railway was among the first to be built on the island. High up in the hills, in the small community of King Ori's Bridge, the company was founded, with Duke being its first engine. Throughout the opening years of the MSR, Duke handled its trains single-handedly. I don't think I've ever known an engine of such determination. But it did get to the point where the workload became too much for him, and so Atlas was brought in to assist. Together, they juggled the various passenger and goods trains, ensuring everything ran like clockwork. And when their line extended into the lowlands, two more engines were brought in to help: Stuart and Falcon. They were certainly a pair, I tell you. Every chance they got, they would pull pranks on their older colleagues. Their antics often earned them Duke's wrath, whom they would teasingly call Grandpuff. And when Andreas joined their group, he too would also know their cheek. But all in all, the five engines got along extremely well. I truly envied them because they didn't have to share their line with a rival company. Doubtless, this was the reason why they were so happy for so many years. One day, Stuart and Falcon were delivering a long goods train to Islesborough. The pair were rather excited as the topic of their conversation related to a recent accomplishment made by a certain eccentric businessman. That Howard Hughes is something else. Flying around the world in 91 hours? Incredible! No question there. Still, a part of me has to wonder what was the point. I mean, he's whipped around the globe. So what? Don't be so disparaging, Falcon. It's achievement purely for achievement's sake. Or the acts of a lunatic. From what I hear, that Hughes is a right royal nutter. They say he doesn't clip his toenails. Well, whatever his foibles, I'll continue to admire him. Oh, what do we have here? I don't know. I can't see. Oh, right. Grandpuff is in the yard, and he's with another engine. By another engine, do you mean a new one? Yes, I do. Oh, how fun. Let's go say hello. And then later, we'll give him a proper greeting, eh? Yes, let's.
Ah, youngsters, there you are. Stuart, Falcon, I'd like you to meet our new recruit, Stanley.
Hello, Stanley. How do you do? Nice to meet you both.
Stanley's been brought in to serve as our dedicated goods engine. His strength means we'll no longer need to double-head long trains like yours.
There was a time when you could handle trains like these all by yourself, Grandpuff.
Oi, don't you start, or I'll ask the manager to replace you both.
Ah, well, you know what they say, Stuart. Engines come, engines go.
Grandpuff goes on forever. You impertinent scallywags. Watch these two carefully, Stanley. Their fireboxes are filled with nothing but cheek.
Thanks for the warning, Duke.
Stuart, I want you to show Stanley around the line. Go get turned around, and I'll help Falcon sort out this train.
You're actually going to do some work, Grandpuff? This is the day, Stuart.
Ah!
Goodness! Stuart, are you alright? Yes, I'm fine.
How many times have I told you, Stuart? Take it slow when passing over points.
I wasn't going that fast, Grandpuff. Oh no, I knew this would happen.
What are you talking about, Stanley?
I'm jinxed, Duke.
What do you mean, jinxed?
I'm bad luck. Everywhere I go, misfortune follows me.
Come off it.
It's true. That's why I'm here. My old manager was desperate to get rid of me. Come on, Stanley, don't be silly. This was an accident.
That's exactly right. One that could have been avoided if a little extra care was taken. Falcon, go and get a crane.
Right ya, Grandpuff. I'll be right back, Stuart. Don't go anywhere. Oh, ha, ha.
Don't worry, Stuart. We'll have you back on the rails in no time.
No time is just what I like to hear.
On your mark, Ivan.
All right. Josh, start cranking. What the? What happened? The crank broke. All right. Andy, try yours. Are you blooming serious? This one broke too. I'll bet that's never happened before.
Well, no, it hasn't.
You still don't think I'm jinxed, Duke? But the MSR's number one couldn't afford to dwell on that, not while one of his colleagues needed help. Since the cranes were out of commission, he came up with the idea of pulling Stuart back onto the rails. A tow cable was jerry-rigged, with Falcon and Stanley hauling him back onto the track. Stanley did much of the hauling, however, as he was indeed a very strong engine. I imagine Falcon must have felt the same exhilaration I had that time I was pulled along by Peter. Fizzling fireboxes! That was incredible, Stanley! I'll say, well done! Thanks! I'm very surprised. I thought for sure the cable would snap or something.
So much for being jinxed, eh?
Don't say that, Duke.
You alright, Stuart?
I'm fine, Duke. Ready to get back to work.
Not yet, youngster. You'll need to be examined first.
Who's going to show Stanley around the line then?
Falcon can do it. He and Stanley can take the afternoon limited. That's practically a straight run to King Ori's bridge, making it perfect for him to gauge the way.
No worries, Duke.
Good work again, Stanley, and welcome to the MSR.
Thanks, Duke. Alright, Stanley, time to show you what this railway's all about. First up is Bridge Street. Is that the town's name or the station's? Both. Yeah, it confused me too. Down that way is the ballast mine. We've also got 2 coal mines and a slate quarry, so we're never strapped for work. This here is Predwin, which is famous for its pub. That there is, Calfirst. I take it you don't care for it. Well, let's just say my last driver was forced to resign after visiting a certain house about that town. Is that a station? I said the exact same thing on my first run through. Yes, it is. It's called Green. We'll be taking the left line at this junction. This will take us up into the hills. And here we are coming into Arsdale. The sheds are on the left, the station's on the right. This is Casney Howen. Down that way is the slate quarry I mentioned earlier. And here we are now, coming near the tunnel. Falcon, we've already been through a tunnel. Yes, but at the other end of this one, the line teeters very close to the cliff's edge. See what I mean? Cinders and ashes. That's a very rough way down. Aye, it is. So always take care, otherwise... things like this might happen. Ah, no. Don't worry, Falcon. I got ya.
Yeah. Come on, you. Back on the tracks.
Ah. Ooh. Ooh. Bust my boiler. Oh. Are you alright? Blimey. That was a close one. Thanks, Stanley. You see, Falcon? What did I tell you? Jinxed! Will you stop it? A rock probably fell on the tracks. Do you see a rock anywhere in front of you? Maybe it fell into the ravine when I ran over it. Or maybe there was no rock. Unfortunately, Falcon could only reply in silence. The pair soon set off again, creeping along the cliffside rails as to avoid another incident. Once they were beyond this precarious stretch, Falcon resumed orientating his new colleague, who seemed to completely lose interest. When they reached their destination, Stanley was sullen and bitter. This quickly dissipated, however, thanks to the praise of the passengers, and come the following morning, his supposed jinx seemed to disappear. Over the next several weeks, the husky chap would serve admirably as the MSR's goods engine. Thanks to him, the transfer yards at Arsborough reached new heights of efficiency and productivity, with trains coming and going in a very timely manner. Stanley felt like he was on top of the world, as he had never enjoyed such a long period of good fortune. I'm sorry to say that would come to an end when he was sent to work at the Casney-Howen slate quarry.
It's a matter of opinion, Andreas. How does that make me wrong? Because it is a matter of you having the wrong opinion.
Whew, typical highborn thinking. Anyone who doesn't agree with you is wrong and inferior.
You said it, not me.
Do I want to know what this is about?
Ah, Stanley, good. We need another perspective. Yes, hopefully one that makes sense.
What are you two arguing about?
Stuart here is under the false impression that Britain should ally with Russia should we ever find ourselves embroiled in war with Germany yet again.
Weren't we allies last time?
Exactly, and I was just reminding Stuart that didn't fare so well for us then.
The Russia from then isn't the same as the one we have now.
On that we can agree, but that certainly doesn't make it better. This Stalin fellow sounds as ruthless and tyrannical as the monarch his plebs overthrew. And what's their philosophy all about anyway? Abolishing the upper class, dissolving all private enterprises? Ridiculous! Pure nonsense is what it is. And you really think our government should sully itself by allying with such filth? If we don't, Britain might fall. Well, better dead than red. My apologies, Stanley.
Tell us, Stanley, what do you think? I don't, Stuart. What do you mean? I don't care for politics. Never have.
What kind of an answer is that?
An honest one. Your beliefs are your business, Andreas, but what interests me the most is work. And I understand we've got plenty of that today. You have a point, Stanley, so we may as well get started. How does this work? Atlas mentioned something about an incline?
Over there.
Blimey, that's steep. Do we need to make that climb? By Andreas's example, yes.
It was your fault I tried to climb it the first time I was here, Stuart.
All I said was, we need to get on top of this. You're the one who decided to take it so literally. So, we don't need to climb it?
No. Up top, the workmen excavate the slate, which they then load into trucks.
How do the trucks get up there? The same way they come down, by way of a very strong mechanical winch. That's very clever. How do you want to do this?
Well, His Highness here only has time to take the train he's got, so I reckon I'll marshal the trucks and you'll deliver them to Arsborough.
Good plan. Let's get to it.
Don't strain yourself, Andreas. Oh, you insolent pleb.
The pair soon got stuck into their work, with Stanley delivering the slate-filled trucks the moment Stuart got them organised. The workmen pushed themselves hard to meet their quota, the winch grinding and cranking ceaselessly. All was going well until Falcon arrived with the shipment of petrol.
Oi, Stuart, where are you?
Over here, Falcon! Stuart, look out! What? Don't fret, Stuart. We'll have you sorted in a jiff. And what about my funnel? It'll take more than a jiff to fix that. Look at it. Look at the size of that dirty big crack. I never thought you'd get so hung up on vanity, Stuart. It's my blooming funnel, Falcon. I want it fixed for more than vanity's sake. Don't go getting in a tizzy, Stuart. We'll get that sorted too. I just hope someone can sort out Stanley. Why? Is he still on about being bad luck and all? Unfortunately, Grandpa's been talking to him for the better part of an hour, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. Let me play devil's advocate here. Are we so sure he isn't bad luck? I mean, it does seem like we've had more serious incidents since he arrived. He isn't bad luck, Atlas. That's just ridiculous. Is it? What was that, Falcon? You think he is? Maybe not him? What's that mean? I'm not sure, but I want to check something at a later date. What sort of something? A hunch. One I might need your help with. After we get you all patched up, of course. Stuart was no doubt pondering what Falcon was mulling over as he was hoisted back onto the rails and shunted into the MSR's work shed at Alsborough. After a thorough examination, the workmen determined his funnel would need to be replaced. Stuart could only wait for this to arrive, with his colleagues forced to handle his work on top of their own. This lasted several days until Thomas finally delivered it. On that day, Falcon decided to test his theory. Alright, Falcon, do tell. Why do you think Stanley is unlucky? To be honest, I think it's because of you. Me? Where'd you get off saying that? I've noticed every time you blow your whistle when Stanley's around, that's when bad things seem to happen. That is utter rubbish. No, it's true. Your derailment, the broken cranes, my teetering on the cliff, the accident at the quarry, all were preceded by you blowing your whistle. That's coincidence. It has to be. We'll know soon enough. I've asked Stanley to pop by. When he gets here, blow your whistle and we'll see what happens. Fine. And when nothing happens, you'll see it can't be me. Alright, Falcon, I'm here. What did you need me for? Just a little experiment to try and find the source of your jinx. What's the point? I'm stuck with it. Never say never, Stanley. Stuart, go ahead. Alright.
Well, that was a completely pointless exercise.
I hate to agree with Andreas, but he's right. Well then, I'm stumped. What were you trying to prove? There we are, lads. All good. Thanks for the help, Jim. My doctor has forbidden me from heavy lifting. Pull the other one. What's in the box, Jim? Your new funnel, Stuart. Really? Great! See, Falcon? I blew my whistle. Stanley's here. And what happened? My new funnel came. Can't argue with the results. Pry it open, Jim. I want to see it. Yep. Just let me... Yep. Okay. Almost... there we are, and... Wait. Oh, what? Are they trying to take the mickey out of us? Is that what I think it is? Yes, Stuart. A drain pipe. A flipping drain pipe.
You would look quite smashing with that atop your smoke box, Stuart.
Belt up, Andreas. This proves it. Proves what? That your whistle is behind Stanley's jinx. No, it isn't. I was jinxed before I came here. I'm bad luck. Plain and simple. I need to be put someplace where I won't cause any harm.
Well, we do need a new generator up at the sheds.
Shut up, Andreas! Not a bad idea. I may as well go stake it out now. Oh, the poor fellow. He's miserable. That was a horrible thing to say, Andreas.
You're right. What was I thinking? You weren't.
We had to find some way to help him. But try as the three little engines did, nothing came to mind. Thankfully, Toby had been nearby and had heard everything. Our kindly number 7 was determined to find a way to assist Stanley. And I'm pleased to say he did find a solution on the Skarloey Railway, no less. But that is a story for another day.